CBeebies has got some special festive treats just for you. Each day in the countdown to Christmas, just click on the window to see.
Hello, and welcome to our CBeebies Advent Calendar. We open up a new window each day, and when they've all been opened up, we know that it's Christmas Day.
Just go to bbc.co.uk/CBeebies.
Finley, the fire engine, that's the sound of the sirens. Finley, the fire engine, here comes Finley, it's time to play. Ring, 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 somebody's calling. Clang, 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 there goes the bell. Zoom, 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 rev up your engines, here comes Finley and all his friends. Finley, the fire engine, hear the sound of the sirens. Finley, the fire engine, here comes Finley, it's time to play. Ring, 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 let's play with Finley. Clang, 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 hear the bell ring. Zoom, 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 rev up your engines, here comes Finley and all his friends. Finley, the fire engine, that's the sound of his sirens. Finley, the fire engine, here comes Finley, it's time to play.
Come on, Scouts. Captain Parker asked me and my friends to meet him at the park, and I don't want to be late. Hi, everyone.
Hello, Finley. So what's this big surprise Captain Parker has for us?
I don't know exactly. He says a super exciting friend of his is in town, and he wants us to meet him.
I wonder who it is.
Did you say super exciting? I bet it's Super Truck.
No, Trucks. It's not Super Truck, but I think you're going to like your surprise visitor just as much. And here he is.
Hello, Trucks. Safari Stan's the name. Adventuring's my game.
Wow.
So are these the little adventurers you've been telling me so much about?
That's right, Stan. This is Finley, Scooty, Gorbie, and Isabel.
But we're not adventurers. We're just regular trucks.
Well, maybe that's about to change.
Safari Stan's passing through Friendlyville on his way back from South Africa, and he asked me if I knew anyone who would like to go on a safari with him.
What's a safari?
Don't you ever read Jungle Adventure comics, Gorbie? A safari is when you go exploring for wild animals like lions and elephants and grizzly bears.
Where are we going to go on a safari, Stan?
I've been all the way to the Himalaya mountains to find the elusive snow leopard.
Wow.
Trucked across the Australian outback and come face to face with the biggest crocodile in the world. I've even gone off-road in Africa and parked right in the middle of a pride of magnificent lions.
Wow.
But today, we're going on a special adventure even I've never been on. Right here in Friendlyville.
What?
That's right. So everybody line up and follow me.
Have fun.
But Safari Stan, there aren't any wild animals in Friendlyville like they have in Africa or Australia.
Well, don't be so sure about that, Finley. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that you can find great wild animals just about everywhere. Even here in Friendlyville, I'll show you.
Maybe, but I haven't seen any.
Let's go on a safari. Let's go on a safari. Let's go on a safari. Woo! To see what we can find. Shh! Be very, very quiet. Our first wild animal is right there in front of us.
That's just a boring old rabbit.
I know. And we see plain old rabbits all the time. I thought we were going to see some wild animals.
Oh, a rabbit's life can be very wild if you ask me, Trucks. Scooty, try to imagine what it's like to be a rabbit, just like this one. If you were a rabbit, you'd spend most of your time in the great outdoors. But where do you suppose rabbits sleep at night? How do they stay warm when it's cold or dry when it rains? After all, rabbits don't have houses or garages to come home to like we trucks do. But they do have a different kind of shelter, and they dig it for themselves right in the ground. This little safe place is called a burrow, and if you were a rabbit, that's where you'd go when you needed to hide. So whenever it rains or snows, or gets dark at night, think of all the rabbits of Friendlyville making their way home to their cozy burrows, where they can be safe and dry.
Wow! I never realised how many things animals have to do to take care of themselves and stay safe. Their life is really exciting.
Yes, I suppose so.
Come on, kids, let's see what else we can find. There he is. Isn't he beautiful?
A squirrel? We see squirrels every time we play in the park. What's so interesting about them?
I don't know.
Come on now, Goodie. Pretend you're a squirrel. Just like this one. What would that be like? A squirrel spends a lot of his time climbing around in the trees like a monkey or a jungle cat. And the way he scampers about, making those happy, chittering sounds, a squirrel might seem like he's always playing. But most of the time, he's actually doing some important work, which is looking for food. In fact, food is so hard to come by, if a squirrel finds some when he's not hungry, he'll gather it anyway and save it for later.
Wow! Squirrels look for nuts and seeds the way I look for rubbish. Animals work really hard.
That's interesting, I suppose. But I still haven't seen anything that's exciting.
Well, our safari's not over just yet. Maybe our next animal will change your mind. Let's go on a safari. Let's go on a safari. Let's go on a safari. Woo! To see what we can find. Can anyone see what I see?
A tree branch?
But what's on the tree branch? It's a cocoon.
What's a cocoon?
Excellent question, Isabel. Let's find out. Now, imagine you're a tiny little caterpillar. That little tent is called a cocoon, and the caterpillar hides away inside it for days and days. Finally, the caterpillar opens the cocoon and crawls out. Except she's not a caterpillar anymore. She's changed into a beautiful butterfly.
So butterflies are actually grown-up caterpillars?
You're right, Isabel. And caterpillars are really baby butterflies. All right, safari trucks, let's see what wild animal we'll meet up with next. What do you think of our safari now?
Well, it's been all right. We've learnt a lot about how every animal has to make a home, and that they have jobs to do, and how they find things to eat and how they grow up. But
But what?
I thought we were going to see animals like you see when you go on a safari far away. But there hasn't been anything really fast like a cheetah, or really big like an elephant, or anything.
Ah, well, what would you say if I told you we're about to meet one of the strongest animals in the whole world?
That'd be really terrific!
Then follow me.
What is it?
What is it? What's that?
You see that, Finley?
What? Where?
Right there.
Those are just ants.
Think so, eh? Well, try this one for size. Imagine you're one of those tiny ants.
But
Just have a go. If you were an ant, you'd live in an anthill with a lot of other ants. Hundreds of them. Except an anthill isn't just a little hill on the ground. It's an opening to a whole underground ant city with places to live and work and tunnels for roads. Except on these roads, you can walk on the ceiling if you're an ant.
great!
And how do you think this city was built? By hard-working ants moving dirt and rocks day in and day out. Do you know how big a little pebble must seem to a tiny little ant? If you were an ant, even a little stone would seem like a great big gigantic boulder. Now, how do you think a little ant moves that? Well, how about picking it up? So, for their size, ants are the strongest animals in the world.
Wow! They're terrific!
Well, yes, they are, Finley. If you take the time to pay attention, there's something amazing to learn about all animals.
Wow, Safari Stan, I don't think I ever realised it, but we've got all sorts of wild animals living right here in Friendlyville. I mean, even normal animals are really exciting. I'm sure there's amazing things to learn about birds and spiders and dragonflies and all kinds of animals.
Right you are, Finley. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but all this adventuring has made me hungry as a crocodile. What say we safari on over to the truck yard and see if we can discover a wild snack?
Come on, let's go.
Let's go on a safari. Let's go on a safari. Let's go on a safari. Woo! To see what we can.
Hey, Billy, the fire engine's rolling into town. Hey, Billy, you're the fire engine of the year. Let's go, Finley, we light up whenever you're around.
Who's ready for Christmas?
Join us at Justin's house for an extra special celebration.
There's a Christmas party and everyone's invited.
We've got everything for a great Christmas party.
Hey! Woohoo!
Justin's house Christmas special. Thursday at 4:30 on CBeebies.